Welcome. I'm Greg McGonigal, the University Chaplain, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to the 2017 Russell Lecture on Spiritual Life. We're thrilled to have so many of you here tonight for what is, we think, the best attended Russell Lecture in recent history, which is a testament to our distinguished speaker, the Reverend Osagyefo Seku, who's right here up front. As well as a reflection, I think, of how concerned many of us are about the direction of this country on so many issues. From race relations to gender relations to LGBTQ rights and civil rights, immigration and education, the prison system, healthcare, the environment, the economy, there are so many issues that are of concern to us right now. We know that there have always been these issues, but it also feels like the recent progress that we've made on so many of these issues is especially fragile at this time. And so we're very fortunate, I think, to have Reverend Seku back here in Boston with us, willing to share his perspective and some inspiration for what for many of us seems like a monstrous time in terms of the issues we have to face. We gathered here in this room a little over 2 months ago for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Symposium to reflect on many of these issues in light of the new government in the United States. And I think tonight's lecture, and I hope the conversations that we'll also have around our tables tonight, will give us another opportunity to continue these conversations and sharing ideas along these lines. We'll have more to say by way of introduction for Reverend Seku after dinner, but I also want to lift up the fact that the Russell Lecture and dinner have become for us a sort of annual celebration of spiritual life at Tufts, religious and philosophical life at Tufts. And there have been so many highlights of the past year, from the tremendous spiritual, educational, service, and social justice programs and initiatives offered by our many religious and philosophical organizations, the second year of the Rebirth Cafe Interfaith Social Justice Pre-Orientation Program, and many partnerships with allies around the university who are invested in the work of diversity, equity, and social justice. So there's a lot to give thanks for tonight. One of the highlights for us this year has been the creation of the Africana Community Associate position in the University Chaplaincy, an idea that had been a hope of us in the University Chaplaincy and of the Africana Center for a number of years, but that was moved forward by student activism from the 3% student movement last year. Last spring, we had the opportunity to sit down with students from that movement to discuss their hopes for a staff role in the University Chaplaincy that would focus additional attention on Black spiritual life at Tufts. And together, we were able to create a proposal that President Monaco approved with strong support this fall. And so this spring, we have hired our first Africana Community Associate in Reverend Lambert Ramming, who's right up front here. Lamb is an African Methodist Episcopal minister serving at Sanctuary United Church of Christ right here in Medford. And he's a graduate of Morehouse College and the BU School of Theology. He is a gifted preacher and musician and word artist and community leader and so much more. He'll be leading a Black Theology Bible study at the Africana Center starting on Wednesday called BRAID, which stands for Biblical Readings and Inspirational Discussions, which I encourage you to check out if you're a student. And he has graciously offered to give us a blessing to begin our dinner tonight. And so would you please join me in welcoming Reverend Ramming.
Will you be with me in a spirit of prayer? Gracious God, the Apostle Matthew in his 18th chapter and 20th verse told us this, that where 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, there you are in the midst. And God, as I look around in this room, there are not only 2, there are not only 3, but so many people that this lecture had to be moved across the street from its original venue to where we are right now. But most importantly, God, is that we have come here, gathered in this place because of your name. And some of us call you by many different names. Some of us call you God, Yeshua, Jehovah, Allah. But most importantly, we all call you love. And it is for the sake of love that Reverend Sekou has organized and demonstrated and protested, and it is for the sake of love that we have come to sit and listen and take in what it is that he has to say, that so that we can do the work. And so, God, for the friends beside us, the food that will be before us, and the love of God that is between us, may the people of God who love God unanimously and in unison say amen, amen, and amen.